Good afternoon. Today we're going to be discussing the impact of Gen Y on AV systems and AV system design. I have a diverse panel with me here, and I'll let the panelists introduce themselves.
Jeremy Ducklin, Congress Rental. We do interpretation systems, conference microphones, voting systems in a rental environment.
Lee Rivers, I'm an independent programmer providing audio DSP and control systems programming, design and project management.
My name's Simon Faree from AV Distributors. We import and distribute commercial AV equipment, especially wireless presentation technology.
So we're going to start off with the impact of Gen Y on technology. These digital natives, they don't use technology like some of us older folk would. And I'd just like to ask the panel, how do you see Gen Y's impact on your individual businesses?
We're looking to redo our whole website, making it more video-oriented, more graphic, taking a lot of text out, and also taking a lot of the technical content. And I thought people were interested in digging down and understanding the technical side of what we do. But my Gen Y marketing lady says, no. We just want graphics. We just want it easy. We just want to know you can do it. That's all we want.
So from a programming perspective, I think mostly the change has been in the simplicity of the touch panel layouts, exactly what you were saying. So a lot more icons being used, a lot less text. But in saying that, when you're working with a diverse age group, you still have to kind of have both, which means that you're trying to simplify it, but then you're not simplifying it because you've got to have sort of both to cover all different age brackets.
The amount that and the way that they use their phones, Gen Ys are pretty much, it's got to work now. It's got to work immediately. And if you don't cater for that kind of technology using their own devices, you're out of the game. So definitely, it's made us think very differently from a distribution perspective as well.
I see the panel mentioning this fact that new customers just want it to work, and that's something that you see in consumer technology as well, with products from Apple, where the focus is not on technical specifications, but primarily on the use case scenario. Now, we're in an industry that thrives on technical specifications, right? It's in the details, it's in the quality, and that quality is measured in numbers, in frame rates, in SPL. How does the AV industry marry these two things now, where you have a customer that's not interested in the technical specifications, but you need the technical specifications to differentiate yourselves in a really wide field?
Produce a video instead of an instruction manual. It's absolutely right. Everybody's looking to just watch a video for half an hour and know everything about the product. So,
I agree. That's it. Videos, YouTube,
including me, prefer that.
So it's a matter of making sure that you're delivering your message to them over the right platform. I'd also like to delve into how the Gen Y's demand for BYOD, the fact that they're so fluent with consumer technology, and the way consumer technology works is it's always on. You can do anything, anywhere, at any time. Messages are going back and forth. You're trading data, you're trading video. How does AV keep up with this kind of demand for BYOD when BYODs might not generally be the easiest thing to deliver?
We had a significant amount of business with clicker pads. You vote 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was a decent sized business. And we started to introduce bring your own device, and now we hardly ever send the clickers out. It's almost all bring your own device because it's got that much more flexibility. You can't charge as much, which is a bit unfortunate, but it gives the clients flexibility. They can do word clouds, they can do texting, it's much more feedback. They're much more involved in the whole conversation because they can ask questions and have those put to the panelists up front. So we've seen a big change even in the last 2 years. So 2 years ago we were doing quite a bit of actual physical device, and now hardly any.
Also in the past we were afraid to ask questions to our teachers, right? These days you can whip out your phone and ask a silent or an anonymous question with the technology that we use. So it's become a lot more interactive from those people that are a little bit more shy. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for designing the technology around those inhibitions.
One thing else we've done is we've got this wireless conference microphone, and we're seeing a lot of hires go out for collaboration. So you might have tables of 10 people in a big ballroom, the whole team come in from whatever organisation it is, they set a question, they work together, as 10 of them work together, and then they can give their response back to the presenter on stage live from their individual table. So they've collaborated and then used the technology to communicate back.
And final question for you guys. Gen Y is just beginning to enter the workforce, and there's Gen Z right after it, and they're only going to grow in terms of the demographic percentage they're going to comprise of the total workforce. What do you think is going to be the future for things like BYOD, for things like user experience and graphical user interfaces, and for collaboration, which is something that all three of you deliver?
I think voice is going to come into it a lot from my perspective. I think there's always going to be the use for a touch panel, but I think simplicity and speed is paramount to that sort of generation. They want to be able to walk into a room, the room actually knows it's them either through facial recognition or picking them up from their device, and the room automatically sets up and does the dial out or whatever is required for that particular requirement for the room.
And if you look these days as well, the whole world runs on software, right? They may interact with their phones in a hunched over manner, but that's all software that they're viewing. So the opportunity that I see at the moment is there's so many kids coming out of university that are so au fait with software, and this is all Gen Y. I have 7 of them. They are a lot faster than what we were at that age. And I think it's a huge thing for the AV industry to actually get those skills in. It's great.
For us, more and more, I think bring your own device will be more and more. I don't know how far it can go, but I think it's still got a fair way to go.
Well, one day there won't be a device at the end of that acronym, right? Yeah, it'll be somewhere in you. Yeah.
Well, my marketing lady will say wearable technology. That's the place of the future, and she's Gen Y, so it must be true.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to open the floor up for questions. If there's anyone who would like to ask our panelists a question, now would be the time. And I think there are no questions, guys, so thank you so much for your time once again. And it was a pleasure having you here.
Thanks, Hurrairah.
Thank you.
Thank you.